Hi everyone, my name is Benedek, and in this video I'm going to show you what are delegates in C# and how to use them. Delegates are actually nothing else but method types, so they allow you to define your very own custom variable types for storing methods, or to better say it, the reference to a method inside a variable. And there is the delegate keyword, the reserved keyword in C# to create them. Okay, let's just see a quick demo about it. Okay, so let's create a delegate here inside my class. I will call my delegate say hello because it will refer to the functionality. Of the methods I will map to it. So I will say public delegate void say hello. And it will have one formal parameter, string, and it will be called name. Okay, so actually it is very similar to a method signature. That's because it defines a method signature. Actually, it defines that every method which should be mapped to the instance or instances of this say hello type, they have to match this kind of method signature. So they have to be void by return type, and they have to have only one formal parameter in the parameter list, and that parameter should be string. Okay, I will create a little application to demonstrate the benefit of these delegates. So I will create some methods. Static void formal morning greeting. And actually, to match this method's signature to the method signature defined by our delegate, we have the void return type, which is good, but we have to have one string parameter, and it can be called anything. So if I say XYZ, that's absolutely fine. So the name of the parameters don't have to match, but the type should match. But I will call it name because that makes more sense in my application. And I will have two more methods here. Actually, formal afternoon greeting, and I will have a formal night meeting or greeting, sorry. And inside these methods I will just simply greet the user. Oh, and by the way, I did it by typing C, W, and pressing tab twice real quick. And here I'm gonna say something like good morning, and I will pass in the parameter received there, and I will do very similar stuff there and there. Just I will replace that with afternoon, and I will say night here. Alright, and now it is time. So we have three methods which has absolutely matching parameters and absolutely matching return types to the delegate. So they can be mapped to instances, or particularly one instance of this delegate. Okay, so I will create that instance of this delegate. So I will say hello, and I can create a say hello typed variable. Let's say that I will call it greeter, but I can call it anything. And I can associate a method to this, so I can just give it as a value. And now I mapped this formal morning greeting method, its reference, inside this greeter variable. And as you can see, I didn't put in the brackets because that's illegal. That's something C# doesn't let me to do. So it is it shouldn't be there. Okay. And the fancy thing about these delegates that I can call that method through that variable name as well, and it gives me a warning or an error because just I didn't put in the string, the parameter. But as I go in and give it my name, for instance, then the error goes away. And if I press F5 to run this application, you can see that actually it says good morning, Benedek. So actually the first method run. So this formal morning greeting method. Okay, but if I go and okay, so anyone can ask why this or mess about these delegates, because you can just simply comment this out and just call that method like that without making any delegates, and that will work just fine. Yes, that's absolutely true. But if you want to have a more complex logic and to evaluate, and you just only know that then you want a greeter to be called, so a mechanism to greet the user, but you don't know that on which basis should these methods be used, then these delegates can be very handy. Okay, let's say I will create an automation that so a mechanism which will take the current time and and it will determine the proper way of greeting the user, so or the proper greeting for that part of the day. Okay, so I will go in and say something like date time, current time. So I will go and get the date time now, and I will say something like current time. If it's less than the date time today date, and I will add hours 12. So basically what it does, it's about comparing the current time. So it will check the current time on my computer and check today's noon, so 12 o'clock, and it will compare. If it's before 12, it will go to this if statement. And what we will do here is that I will say that inside that greeter delegate, or delegate instance, I will put the formal morning greeting method. But let's say that else if this current time is actually less than like 18 hours. So if it's more than 12 o'clock, but it's less than 18, then it should say good afternoon. So formal afternoon greeting should be applied. And else, so when we are after 18, then of course it can be formal night greeting. Okay, so this way we can hide a business logic, a decision-making mechanism inside. So we don't have to know which method to be used. Maybe this greeter can be called from the UI or from the user interface, or from any other location in our code where you don't know about these methods directly, but you can only know that there will be a greeter method no matter what, and it will do its job. Okay, now actually it is in the afternoon here in my time zone. So if I press F5, probably it will say, yeah, and it says good afternoon, Benedek. So that's working perfectly, and the formal afternoon greeting is called, but not manually. I didn't have to call it manually. I just had to say that I will call whatever greeter I will receive here at this line. And these delegates can be very useful for callback methods. So actually you can pass methods as parameters to other methods, and we will have a look at those in previous in upcoming lessons. But for today, I hope it was enough, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it, and have an absolutely wonderful day wherever you are. And please consider subscribing if you haven't did that so far, and be safe out there. Bye.